talented group, and they always have a very capable back. So Swift obviously is that. He's had a great start to the year. Be a big challenge for us.
Jack, for Emmanuel, just curious, 3 weeks in, obviously not a big sample size, but
Yeah.
what have you seen from him in terms of both coverage, but also engaging in the run?
What have you seen?
I've seen enough to know that I should ask you these questions.
I like the way he's started and responded. I thought last week was clearly a step forward. I think he continues to understand plays that he needs to make for us, and he's working hard at it.
And I know obviously there's been two things were made a lot about him. Were one, the interceptions and be able to be a playmaker in that way, and also just the size or lack thereof. Have you seen from the size perspective? Have you seen that be a factor at all so far, positively perhaps or negatively for him?
No, he's got good length, got good quickness. No. So no real issues that way. But I like where he is. I mean, we're working, we're improving, and I like the way he's approaching it.
Hey, Jack, the Eagles run that QB sneak with the running backs coming behind him, kind of pushing Jalen forward.
The push play.
The tush push, yes. Just kind of curious your thoughts on it, if you think it's legal or how it should be handled.
Well, it's not being officiated as illegal, so we just have to prepare for it. I mean, I would personally like to see it eliminated, not just because they run it better than anybody, although they do run it better than anybody, but I don't think that's a football play. I think it's a nice rugby play, and it's not what we're looking for in football. But until it's outlawed, we'll prepare for it and get ready to do our best to stop it.
How have you seen Jalen Hurts kind of evolve as a passer?
He's done just that. I've admired him, from back at the Alabama days, the way he handled adversity. I thought truly classy, studly response to tough circumstances. And every part of his game has just continued to grow and blossom. He's a good football player. He's improving as a passer, and he's dangerous with his legs and a very good leader, and all that kind of stuff. So he is developing and done a nice job for him.
You want to share any schematic details that you're thinking about this weekend?
No, I don't. I don't care to share that.
In terms of Jalen's development, is that a normal progression for a quarterback, or is he, I guess, making bigger leaps and bounds than maybe other normal quarterbacks have?
That's kind of a tough question. I think the development is apparent, and I wouldn't say it's normal because not everybody does, How do you quantify what normal looks like? I think he's one that has developed, and there are some good young players that come out, highly regarded, and don't. So, it's kind of one of those, if you really understood what it was, more of those guys would go off early in the draft and there'd be less misses. But that's just, everybody's trying to find a guy that can do it, and looks like they've settled on and found a really good one.
And what benefits have you seen from mostly the same three safeties you've had out there? What are you seeing from their familiarity, and how is that helping you guys as a defense?
Yeah, I mean, we kind of talked about that. I mean, I think, the guys playing together, understanding the scheme, the communication, all those things have taken a positive step. And we just want to continue to have that be the case and grow and move forward and be as productive as possible.
What have you seen from Emmanuel Forbes in the first 3 weeks? Like, what do you want to see him get better at?
Did you miss the beginning of this? We talked about Emmanuel, didn't we?
Yeah, but I was.
You want to go? You want to dive deeper on that?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay.
Like,
right.
I mean, what do you want to see him improve on, and are the things that you want to see normal for a rookie? I guess.
Yeah, the game of football. Just he's gaining experience each and every week, come out and compete. That's what I want to see. Prepare well and compete. It's really, I don't want to see anything different from him than I want to see from all our guys. Dig into the game plan, really understand your opponent, make sure that you're playing fast to your responsibilities, and go out and have fun. Let it rip. So I want him to do the same thing I want all our guys to do.
And going back to the tush push, I can't even say it with a straight
Yeah.
face. They're very effective at it,
Yeah.
like you said. Why don't more teams do it if it's allowed and it's effective?
That's a question for other teams around the league. I ask EB when he comes in. I just know we've got to prepare for it this week. It's something they do.
But as a defensive coordinator, are you surprised more offenses don't do it?
No, not everybody has a quarterback that's strong enough to withstand some of that. There have been guys that have been injured sneaking over the years. Not everybody likes it. Not every quarterback wants to sneak it. There are a lot of questions that are involved in teams deciding how they want to approach short yardage situations. So.
With Jalen Hurts' development, is there patience that's required for developing a guy like that he's not like that?
I'm going to put on. Hold on. I'm going to put on my head coaching hat. All right. We're going to talk about development of quarterbacks. No. In all seriousness, no, I think there is a certain amount of patience that is required. Truthfully, and not everybody is willing to do that. A lot of times they're thrust into situations. Told to become the savior of an organization, and that's a tough circumstance to be in. So, but the models of waiting a long time are pretty much gone. The days where guys would sit and wait and watch, it's just you're not seeing as much of that.
When as a coordinator, when you're facing a young quarterback, like how many weeks of games of film do you get before you get a good read on them, and what are some things you like to do with this young quarterback?
Well, again, I don't like to share much about my thoughts of how we attack people, one way or the other, whether they're 14-year veterans or first-year guys. So I'll kind of keep that to myself. But the bottom line is, each week these are talented guys. They have different skill sets, and you've got to really prepare your squad to respond to the challenges of that given week, and then you move on. You put it in the rearview mirror, good or bad. It's a lot more fun when it's good. You have a big smile on your face on Monday versus the other. But it's all about moving on in this league, and that's the challenge for us right now. Move on, and let's get ready for this one.
Appreciate it, Coach. Thanks.
All right, appreciate it.